Right? That's kind of how Aquarius is, right? Am I wrong? I mean, I could be, right? Where my things at? Where my things at? Maybe I don't need them. Maybe I don't need them. Shaka, 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 shaka. Anyway, Aquarius, I just did Gemini, and I don't usually do two signs of the same element back to back. But that's what I was driven, inspired to do. I was going to do Cancer or Capricorn next, but really it was meant to be Aquarius. And you know, your energy squares Scorpio, so what's going on? I'm using playing cards. I'm using the bicycle fire elements, elements of fire playing card deck. Okay, so let me just go ahead and shuffle these, you know. Yeah, anyway. Mmm. All right now. Okay, Aquarius, I'm going to shuffle your deck now. I mean, cut it. Oh. A card stayed out on its own. The Six of Spades. Sorry, I was going to say wands. Six of Spades, okay? So this is kind of like you moving on from a situation, right, Aquarius? I feel like that's what you're doing. You're sort of changing focus. You're redirecting your focus, right? Systematically. You know, it's kind of like there's a lot of thought in this reshaping of your reality, you know? You're changing your habits as well, you know? Definitely. It's kind of like one of those things where, like, you know what's best for you, so you're going to apply that which you know. You know what I mean? Okay, so let's go ahead and look at the bottom of the deck. It's the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so this is a very dignified card at 2 minutes and 22 seconds. Okay, so this is an opportunity for growth, right? It might even have to do with work, or it could just have to do with self, personal growth, right? Through what you have articulated and what you have been able to build and what you have been able to sort of like use to your advantage to get you from one place to another. It's a changing of phases. It's a new beginning. It's a new direction, perhaps. You know, this one is a new direction too. Okay, so let me go ahead and lay them out. So I'm going to do a classic ascendant spread, but I'm using these cute little bicycle playing cards. Fire element, honey. Okay. They're so small, too. I like it. You know, I always need a smaller deck of cards to use when I'm, like, on the go and running around in New York City. I gotta call my mom, okay? All right, so this is going to be your challenge right here. Bam. So at the bottom of the deck, we know you have a new opportunity for growth somewhere, right? There's a new opportunity to learn something too. I feel like you sort of like met a goal with something, and now you're at a new phase where you can like reap the benefits of meeting that goal. But it also still brings you at the beginning stages of something, right? A new reality for yourself, and it's almost kind of like your focus. You know what you're you know having clear intentions on what it is that this means for you. You know what I mean? How are you going to attach yourself to this? You know, what is the purpose? What is the intention? You know, how are you meeting this? You know. Okay, so let's and you might even have a lot of questions as to how you're going to achieve something, but at least you know you're in that you're in that direction where you're trying to achieve it. Okay? For some of you guys. Let me look at the first card. Okay, the Queen of Pentacles, or Queen of Diamonds. So we're dealing with Capricorn energy, right? Which is talking about work, right? Which is talking about, you know, responsibility. And it also is talking about achievement, being that it's Capricorn, you know, and how you move towards, how you get towards, how you know, fulfill and satisfy your need for achievement, you know, because sometimes when you focus on other people too much or focus on what other people's vision is, you know, what they are building, then it's kind of like, you know, you're taking rocks from the pile that you could be building your own. empire with, right? And you're laying bricks on someone else's foundation. So you got to lay some bricks on your foundation, right? You got to build up some level of strength around what you are cultivating in your life, right? So that you have something to stand on, so that you have something to rely on. And this is very much self-reliance, right? With this Ace of Diamonds being there, and then being here with this Queen of Diamonds, very much so. You know, I'm getting that you're also, thinking about your time and how much time you have for certain things. Everything has a time period. Everything has an expiration date. So you're definitely aware of that too, right? Let's look at what the challenge is there, Aquarius. Wow, another ace. You got the Ace of Hearts. So this is a new beginning in terms of like how you feel about something. You've changed the way that you feel about something, and you are bringing some attention to what it is that you would like to satisfy for yourself, right? And these two cards, the Ace of Diamonds and the Ace of Hearts, are very what am I saying? What the hell am I saying? I'm sorry. They're not they're opposites because one is water and one is earth, but they're compatible. Sorry. They're very compatible energies to have together. And definitely for a new beginning to take place and for there to be really some great fruitions, right, that come from it. Okay. So let me go ahead and look at the sun position. Actually, no, the past. Okay, in the past, you have the Jack of Hearts. So you might have been dealing with someone in the past, maybe you were bringing some attention to someone in the past, or maybe you felt like someone needed you or wanted you or was trying to make their move towards you. Someone may have showed you some sort of like compassion or some sort of feeling. They might have even been interested in you in some kind of way, like in an intimate way or in a loving way, or maybe they just wanted to kind of like spend some time with you or get to know you. This is somebody maybe wanting to offer you to go out on a date, but this is also being intimidated by the feelings that you might be having, right? Triggered. You could be protecting your emotions from something, because this is Pisces, but then it's also 1/3 Aquarius. So you could be protecting your emotions, right? You may not be letting somebody in as clearly, or as easily, right? You reluctant to let someone in because you don't want them to get too close to you know, to you, right? In those parts of yourself that are vulnerable. This is in the past or the recent past, right? So you could have felt vulnerable to something in the past, and that was what gave you the impetus to change something. You could have been conflicted in your emotions, right? And in your understanding of how something was serving you, right? You may have thought that it was going to serve you in one way, but then it also kind of like manifested or began or started to, reveal at itself as something that was actually, serving itself more, right? Maybe you felt like you were being used or taken advantage of. Okay, Aquarius. So let me go ahead and flip over the card that's in your sun position. The Eight of Spades. So this is talking about, interference, right? You might have felt like someone was interfering with, how you were getting what you wanted, getting what you desired, Um, this is the desire to know like what to do or how to how to handle something, because the eights are, that's the eighth house and that's Mars, and that's, how to handle or how to deal with something, what to do about, right? What is what where's the assertion, what's the aggression, is there any aggression, you know what I mean? This is also kind of like feeling like you might be a little bit trapped in your head with something, you know feeling very vulnerable, right? Right, you're feeling very emotionally vulnerable, so you're protecting yourself, right? You don't want anyone to interfere, right? or you could be letting people get into your head, that type of thing. So you could be letting people get into your head, right? And not give you the space. You need the space to clear your thoughts. You need the space to sort of like, understand what it is that you want, what it is that what you desire, Not letting the psychology of something stop you, Because sometimes we can get in our heads and that slows us down, right? Also forcing something like, I don't know, somebody's trying to force you to believe something, right, that you don't believe, right? You know, the eights are also talking about power, right? Power and control of the mind, right? So you feel like someone is trying to interfere with you and your personal power, and they're trying to feed you with information that is going to kind of like fog you up in terms of like what it is that you want to really do, or what it is that you feel like you should do. You know what I mean? It's like that type of thing. Somebody's trying to create some sort of like confusion for you, right? Make you question something. Let's look at the moon position. 7 of clubs, right? This is kind of you fighting against some type of opposition, right? You may be fighting against the evolution, right? The evolutionary process that's happening here for you, right? And you're like stuck in between, right? You're in between, right? The ups and the downs, right? Highs and lows, right? Sometimes you feel confident in moving forward, and sometimes you feel reluctant because it's hard or it's challenging, or you don't feel like you're getting anywhere, right? Right? What are you fighting towards, right? How have you grown, right? You know, what's being also offered to you here? There's something that's being offered to you to receive and take, but you might be opposing, you're fighting against it, you know? You could be even trying to like prove a point. There's someone that's trying to prove a point, right? When really you need to try to just move on, move forward, right? Because the sevens are talking about moving forward for sure. You know what I mean? If we were thinking about a major arcana card, it would be related to the Chariot, And there's strength here to believe in yourself. You need to believe in yourself, okay? Believe in yourself, for sure. And then the 7 of clubs is saying so that you can move forward, dignity, valor, right? Poised for the win, ready for the win. Got your eye on it, Moving forward, that means that you're moving past something, leaving something behind. I get that some of you guys want to move on and leave something behind, right? That's what I'm getting. In the anxieties position, or the hopes and fears, you got the 5 of cups, right? The 5 of cups is like a little, or the 5 of hearts, right? It's kind of like a little baby death card, you know? It might even be feeling like, you're being left behind, right? Or you're leaving some aspect of yourself behind. Therefore, you're having some kind of emotional reaction, right? A desire to control that which you can't, right? Because if you're leaving something behind, then you're choosing not to control, not to obsess over it anymore, right? That's what we're looking at. We're looking over you like really wanting to give up obsessing over something or let go. You're like, I don't even really feel like even bringing that much attention to it, because the 5s are talking about the attentiveness, right? The attention, how you attend to something, right? Your tendency, these are your emotional tendencies, right? Because it's Mars and Scorpio, What's the emotional impulse, right? It's how you act on the impulse. It's not just the emotional impulse, right? Because the 4 of cups, the 4 of hearts is moon in Cancer, right? And then we get to the 5, it changes, right? It shifts, the energy shifts. So now we're in a conflict, right? With this 5 of hearts being in your anxieties. You're having anxieties on like moving forward, letting something go, releasing something, forgiving something, just kind of like just let it go. Let it go. Let it go. It could be a job, or it could be a commitment, something that you've attached yourself to over time, period, right? And you've allowed some things to occur, right? All right. Anyway, so now in the June. I don't know why I was gonna say in the June, but something happened in June, or something is going to happen in June of 2020 for you. But this probably was June of 2019 for sure, over the summer, right? I don't know why I'm saying that, but you do have the Jack of Diamonds here, which is the Knight of Pentacles, right? And what is that? That's mutable. That's Virgo. Okay, so we're dealing with Virgo energy here, so it's work. It's involved with work. You know, some of you guys could be moving on from one job to another, right? But this transition is one that's very meaningful for you. You know, it's not just kind of like a job. It's like a job that you've worked towards getting, or one that actually does mean something to you, you know? Because that Virgo energy, it's also Leo, right? A little bit of Leo, you know? So it's the pride, right? The will, okay, to move on, to move forward. This is moving forward slowly. Maybe it took a while for you to get to this point. You know what I mean? And feeling like you can be, right? This new version of yourself. Because you've earned something. You feel like you've earned something so that you can move forward. You know what I mean? Your stripes, you know? For sure. So let's go ahead and look at your Venus position. Wow, in the Venus position, you have a 3. And that's Empress energy, right? Kind of like Taurus, security, environments, right? Safety, right? Okay, so this is great. So in the Venus position, you know, Venus is talking about pleasure. It's talking about beauty. It's talking about balance. It's talking about security. It's talking about, you know, the knowingness that everything is okay, that everything is everything, you know. Your capability, you know, what you're capable of, where the potential lies, where you really can cultivate something of importance, right? Something of meaning. The 3s do have meaning. So there's a meaning behind you, you know, getting this restitution, getting this sort of like feedback, getting this feedback of like things happening. Because it's like, well, I've been doing this, so why hasn't this happened yet? Why hasn't this happened yet for me? I've been doing it. I've been here. I've been waiting, right? I've been trying to make something come into form. It is Sun in Aries. It's an exaltation. You know, I am this. I am being this. You know, why don't other people see me as being this? You know what I mean? That type of thing, you know? Because sometimes what you are is just what you are. You know, it's not for other people to celebrate what you are. It's just for you to be what you are and who you are. You know? This is coming to your own rescue too, right? What is it that you feel like you need to change so that you feel so that you are 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 getting what you want out of something, right? Let's look at your future cards. So in the outcome energy moving forward, wow. I was going to mention the 6 of clubs earlier when I pulled the 6 of spades, right? Because I was like, the 6 of at the beginning. But this is the 6 of clubs here. And this is talking about definitely the restitution, the reciprocity, you know, the ability to move forward confidently, you know. This is graciousness, right? Someone being thankful for the work that you have been doing. You know, this is getting the job that you want. You know, this is growth. This is personal growth, right? Okay. Spirited energy, right? Passion, right? Your passion has grown. Your spirit has grown, right? The importance of what you want to move forward doing, right, has grown, right? So you are fully aware. You're aware. You're like, yep, this is it for sure. This is what I want to do. Yep. Okay. So it really is something here. You're going to do it. People are going to support you doing it no matter what. Okay. 2 of Cups, right? Pure receptivity. You know, it's a 2, so it's seeing some changes, right? It's good. It's related to Jupiter. It's very much Pisces energy, right? But it's Venus and Cancer. You know what I mean? But Venus is exalted in Pisces, and Cancer is trying that energy as well because it's water, you know? So this is really great. You guys could be dealing with the Libra, right? You know? This could just you being you enjoying your life more too, you know? Ah, right? Enjoying your life more now that you've made this decision to love yourself more, right? So that you can receive those things that were meant for you to receive because you're open to receive, right? You know, because when you look in a mirror and you see yourself, you're definitely channeling energy. I don't know why I said that. So yourself, you looking at yourself in the mirror. Some of you guys could have been looking at yourself in the mirror, and it's like you're looking at something that you created, right? But you didn't create yourself. But you see what I mean? It's like you have added to that gift that was given to you, which is your creation, right? So then once you cultivate yourself, you're like, wow, look at me right there. What am I doing? Who am I? Are you giving yourself what you need? Right? Do I like this person that I see here? Am I giving them their just due? Am I allowing them to live their best life? Am I taking full advantage of this experience that I'm having here every single moment that I'm having it? You know, right? What am I doing for that person in the mirror that makes this experience completely worth it? You know? All right, let me go ahead and pick your last card. 5 of Clubs. This is talking about competition, right? The 5 of Clubs literally just went over there to the deck, moved the Ace of Diamonds, and revealed the 6 of Hearts. Okay, so let me put this over. This is a combo. Oh, this is definitely a a sort of progression with this 5 and this 6 here. So this is like, feeling competitive, feeling stuck within some kind of energy, right? Trying to figure out who you are, right? And this is what the 5 of Clubs is talking about. Trying to figure out who you are within a scenario or a situation where other people might be involved. You know, who am I? Where do I fit in here, right? And that's what that thing is, what I was talking about with looking in the mirror, right? Because Taurus is the 2nd house, and Pisces is represented by the number 2, High Priestess usually. And then the Hierophant, number 5, is Taurus, right? 2nd house. And then this is also a little bit of Leo energy. It is, because this is Saturn in Leo. But, it is square energy, right? So it's talking about feeling stuck, right, within your reality that you find yourself in right now. And really trying to, move forward confidently with something. But it's not even like moving forward. It's trying to not feel stuck, right? Not feel stuck with something. And this is saying that you definitely are going to move. This is actually, some of you might be moving past some things from the past, right? Moving on past some emotional traumas, right? This is also just kind of like looking back with feelings of compassion and nostalgia, right? Working on yourself. Some of you are doing some work on yourself for sure, right? Because this is Sun and Scorpio, right? Scorpio is ruled by Mars, which is talking about the self, and also Pluto, which is very much talking about the self as well. So these are deep commitments that you have to yourself, right? And that's what we're talking about, Aquarius. You're committed to self and seeing yourself through, right? Supporting yourself, right? Being self-reliant. Yes. All right, Aquarius, I'm so glad that I was able to do another reading today. If you'd like to get a 15-minute reading with me for $20, I'm doing a November special, and that is the deal. Email providencetarot@gmail.com. I won't be at Shanti for a couple of weeks reading there just because I'll be rehearsing for my show that I'll be performing in New York at the end of November, beginning of December for 2 weeks. I will be putting out the videos. It'll just be kind of like random as if it already wasn't. But I think I'm being more consistent now as far as like putting them out because I know I'm going to be getting really busy. But I'm still going to be trying to put some videos out once I do get busy because I'm going to be documenting, you know, just my experience. And, you know, sometimes I just want to pull cards out and do videos, but, you know, whatever. Things will be changing for me in the next coming months, in the next couple months. You know, you'll be seeing that. All right, I'll see you guys later. Thank you for watching.